in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows, there's a man with a passion that everybody knows.
Howdy, howdy everybody. Welcome to HT's EDC, coming at you from the back patio. And we have everybody's favorite sweetheart. Wow, you are in full bore squirrel protection mode, aren't you, baby? She's in her spot, hanging out with her daddy here on the back porch. How's everybody doing today? Brief apology yesterday for letting my emotions kind of get the better of me on that video yesterday about the storm down in Florida that is now a tropical storm tracking through Georgia. Well, it's done past there now. I think it's broke up pretty good, but it did a mess when it came on shore. Make no mistake about it, there in Florida. But anyway, folks, that hit close to home. I have friends, family, my sister, my daughter, my wife's mom, friends, family. I was originally from that, well, not that area that this time got hit up in the Panhandle, but I am a Floridian. It was the perfect storm, folks, and I got a little emotional when I was talking about that and those folks, and I apologize for that. Did have one real class act individual yesterday left a comment that I took down, which I very rarely do. Very rarely do I remove a comment. My whole thing on comments is, as long as they are not derogatory, not offensive, personal attacks. You can tell me you hate my video. You can tell me you hate my beard. Honestly, constructive. You know, you're not gonna like everything I put out. I get that, and I take constructive criticism. That can only, in my opinion, make us get better. So my point is this: I don't run down every time somebody don't like a knife or says, "Hey, fatso, I don't like your beard." Well, that is a little personal, but you get my point. I am rare to take down a post, but I did take one down yesterday. So to that lovely person that may not see your post here this morning, it went something like this. Shouldn't even be giving it the time of day on here. But to kind of paraphrase, basically he said, "Who died?" You know, he saw me get emotional. Well, I thought somebody died. I've been through X amount of storms down there, and they'll be just fine. Let me tell you something, buddy. I took that down, and there's some people down there this morning that would vehemently disagree with "they're just fine." There's people down there that have businesses that are flooded this morning. Their life's work of 50 years, small businesses that are just decimated. I have seen some of the videos. Thank you, Bobby, for sending some of that stuff along. But I promise you, buddy, not what I want to say, but it's what I'm going with this morning. I promise you, buddy, everybody's not just fine. And I guess in your world, if, you know, to be drawn to emotion for something like that, somebody needed to die, well, I don't know. And you know what? There may have been somebody dying. There was horrific flooding down there and all that. But anyway, class act on who died. They'll be just fine. Yeah, I removed your post, and anybody that puts something on my feed that is that insensitive, it's getting yanked too. So shout out to you there, buddy. But you won't see your post on my video, and yeah, off my rant. But yeah, that one struck me. That was top shelf there, buddy. Anyway, let's get into a knife, and again, let's put a bow on that. my heart goes out to you folks that are waking up this morning from the aftermath of that storm. Like I said, I've seen pictures. Talking to Bobby, he was kind of right in the center of that down there. They lost a carport, had some, of course, a lot of debris. Overall, Bobby came through it pretty good. Yanked up a carport, and took it from what Bobby said looked to be like 150 feet and blew it away, and it is just a mangled mess now. Flooding is ridiculous down there. Washed out roads. There's videos of water over to the tops of cars in the street. But yeah, everybody's not fine this morning. Okay, let's get into happy thoughts. And but anyway, my heart is out to all you folks this morning. And from the knife community, from my channel, we love you, and we're thinking and praying for you. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Horse trade is alive and well. I actually done a new trade with a new brother in the community, and it was very cool on a lot of fronts. But what was super cool to me was I was his first horse trade. Trading with me was his first foray into the grand world of horse trading here in the community, and I thought that was pretty cool that he entrusted me. Had never traded before. From his video, he's a content creator. We'll get into it in a minute who it is. You guys probably already know, but he said it was very enjoyable. He is telling me now, man, I gotta set some knives just aside just for horse trades. So that is pretty cool. And I am talking about none other than my brother from another mother, T-Bone as I call him, Travis, the case guy. Shout out to you, buddy, this morning. Travis is just a good guy. He's got a great channel. His channel is on the rise. He will be surpassing my little hot mess in no time, and that is okay with me. Hey, you've always heard me say, good content is kind of like cream. It rises, and Brother Travis is definitely in that, staunchly in that analogy of content that is on the rise. Love you, Travis. Good dude. Anyway, I'm going to show my half. He showed a video last night of his half of the horse trade. I'm glad you were loving that, buddy. And he talks about in this video that the knife I sent his way, he has son number 2 on the way, and the knife I sent him is a duplicate knife, one that he had already had one of. Well, now he's got 2 boys on the way, so he's got to think about heirlooms for 2, and the knife that I sent him he really loves, and now he'll have one. The boys won't have to fight over it one of these days when he decides to pass it on. But anyway, that is super cool. My end of this thing, first of all, I'm going to start with, he put me a little, and this is something we do in our horse trades a lot. We a lot of times throw in a little something extra that nobody's expecting. Might be a token knife, might be some leather, might be some swag, just whatever. But this rascal threw in this. And look at this vintage box. Everybody knows Zippo. It is kind of a staple in our community, kind of goes hand in hand a little bit. A lot of us knife collectors like the Zippo lighters. I like the Zippo lighters. I don't know if I call myself a collector. I think this is my 4th. What does Jersey Pete say? When you have 5 of something or more, you're a collector. Well, I think I'm at number 4, so I'm not going to quite say I'm a Zippo collector yet, but I dig them. I like them. And old T-Bone threw me in this vintage, and this is, and folks, I don't know, this will show you my ignorance. I don't know about all the markings on the back. know if that'll even come through. You Zippo guys may know right away. I'll try to keep that steady about these markings. I know some of them have numbers or letters or something that's the month of the year, and I'm not there yet on my Zippos, but this is a cool little brushed nickel Zippo, and what is ridiculously cool about it, it is a 1974. Everybody knows the old bald guy just turned 30 for the 20th time in a row, and old T-Bone knows that. Threw me a little card in there. 1974 Zippo, happy birthday, brother. And it has the, behind that and all, it still has the original paperwork. This thing is vintage in its box, all the paperwork, all the glory. T-Bone, thank you, brother. Awesome, awesome. Oh yeah, super awesome. And that was just a throw in. Did say we got a knife to get to. And of course, you know the community. There was a card. Thank you card. Note inside, personal note. We don't do the personal notes here. We don't read them on the channel. Thank you, brother, for this. This means, this little thing right here means just as much to me as that lighter, as this knife we're getting into. You guys think, yeah, whatever, HT. Think what you will. I keep each and every one of these I've ever got. I'll bring the bag out one day, probably will on video. It's in a 1 gallon Ziploc bag, and it's nothing but cards and letters from the community, and I'm just about busting at the seams. I'm gonna have to go one of those stupid 2 gallons freezer bags or something before long. But thank you for that card. It's a case. It's coming from Travis, the case guy. I mean, come on. Big, huge black box. We will get into this in a minute. We will come back to that. Big, honking, brand new leather sheath. So you already know. If it's a big, honking leather sheath, you've seen the thumbnail. You know what it is. But gorgeous, beautiful sheath that honestly I'll probably never use. It'll probably go right back in this box because I'm kind of bullish on my sheaths for my biggins. Not that nothing's wrong with this, but see how low it sits on. Well, I guess this will be sitting up high on the belt. It will only come to like right there where my finger is, and I like my stuff to ride like this. I have some personal sheaves that has been made for me by brother Ed, Legacy Knives. Go check him out. I know a bunch of you guys are seeing your videos. Brian's Knives, Dwayne with Clark's Kentucky Knives. Who else? 2 or 3 of you. I'm forgetting somebody big right now, and I apologize. Brian, Dwayne, Jason, Ozark Boy. You guys have heard me talk about him. Some more of you guys are going to check out Ed's slips and sheaves, and you're seeing that I wasn't lying to you. I haven't heard anybody yet say that they weren't next level. Here we go, and folks, you already seen it in the thumbnail, but you can see it right here in all its glory. Yeah, HT is still on them folding hunters. They got me, folks. When a pattern gets you and just latches on like these have, hooked, hook, line, and sinker. And I am 8 smooth up with these folding hunters right now. Close this real quick. Listen to that snap. Folks, this is a chestnut bone. And I know there is a bunch of chestnut bone fans out there in the community, and so am I. This is a absolute stunner, gorgeous color, and you guys already know. I'm not going to beat it to death how well One thing Case does and does well is they're jigging and they're dying on their bone. And yeah, this one is no exception. It is ever more gorgeous a while. I love it. Thank you, Travis. Get this thing, man, check this out right here. See these little character things there where it's light there at the ends? Just love that kind of stuff. Get this thing back open. We'll do one blade at a time. You guys, if you watch my channel, there's no need to beat this to death. We have a nice, and this is kind of a, is this hollow? Yeah, this is a hollow grind. Some of them are saber grinds, but this one is hollow ground. Clip point blade. And everybody knows HT loves a good Skinner blade. Check that Skinner out. I don't like the Case variant. One thing I do like on the old timers, they got that one, if you guys know, it kind of has a little bit of a swoop down right here and kind of ever so slightly raises at the tip. I love those old timer serrated blades, Skinner blades. But nothing wrong with this. This is just a straight traditional Skinner blade, drop point if you will, and I love it. Nickel silver bolsters, got the Case, the newer Case, round shield on it, brass pins, brass liners, all the goodness. And now, like I said, we'll go back to this. This is a chestnut bone standard jig folding hunter, pattern number 6265 in good old CV, chrome vanadium. And one thing I like about Case's chrome vanadium, matter of fact, if you don't know, a perfect example, Driver 38 was showing, what was he showing? Oh my goodness, brain freeze. Was it a mini trapper? Or was it a trapper, a full-size trapper? Last night's most recent video, I think it was just a regular trapper. Anyway, Driver 38, he shows it in his video, his most recent one, and it is a CV blade, I think from 19, what did he tell me, 81, that one of the first knives he purchased. I believe that's right. Man, I could be butchering this. Anyway, forget the year. I might be right on that, but it's like the first knife he ever purchased with his own money, and it is a trapper or a mini trapper in CV, and it has those old man patinas, as I like to call them, that charcoal gray, almost black, and that is what their CV steel is. CV steel is notorious to do. It will get that kind of smoky charcoal gray, just old vintage patina on it that just looks like grandpa. That's why I call it the grandpa patina. Anyway, CV with time and use will darken and smoke up like that, and you know, just absolutely look like a grandpa knife, and I love it. Love me some good old Case CV steel. Love me anything that's got some red in it. Chestnut bone, as you can see, quite a bit of red in that chestnut. Chestnut coloring, just a stunner of a color. And T-Bone, Travis, man. And don't forget, thank you, buddy. I'm glad you entrusted me for your very first inaugural horse trade. That means a lot to me on my end. Hope there will be many more for you, buddy. I'm glad my stall is open. I'm sure we will get at another one, and just shout out to you, buddy, for the birthday gift, the birthday wishes, the whole nine. We're almost at 20 minutes. I'm still on these folding hunters, folks. They got me. They have absolutely got me, and we are loving those. Again, shout out to all you guys this morning. that are on cleanup duties and kind of seeing the aftermath of that storm. We are still praying for you here on this channel. We love you. And with that, we're going to get out of here. Me and Abs, we got to go take this Mora Eldris. Where's the old, put back on the old Gilligan hat. We got to go cut some grass today. God bless. We love you. HT out.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories deep into the night. Reviews and torture tests, it's a sight to see. HT's EDC.